March 8 is set aside annually to celebrate International Women's Day, marking the day to honor the achievements of women in development. The Regional Social Welfare Office and Saama Kairo Federation engaged 100 women on sexual and gender-based violence. Addressing participants, the Regional Social Welfare Officer Haruna Baji re-echoed the importance of celebrating the day by organizing a day-long sensitization for parents on sexual and gender-based violence.
March 8 is celebrated as the International Women's Day. The Department of Social Welfare, in partnership with Saama Kairo, deem it fitting to organize a day sensitization of parents on sexual and gender-based violence as a way of enlightening people to understand the consequences of sexual and gender-based violence.
He explained that the Gambia is a signatory to many conventions.
The Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, CEDAW, and the Women's Act 2010, and of course, more importantly, the Sexual Offences Act of 2013 and the Domestic Violence Act of 2013, both of which are acts that are being enacted at the National Assembly and passed into law or assented to into law by the President. The Domestic Violence Act also discourages, treating women as subjects, in our domestic settings. We all know the integral part they play in the socio-economic development of this country. So treating them as subjects rather than participants in the socio-economic development of this country, in our own take, in itself is injustice and violence against women.
Lamin Fati of Saama Kairo Federation underscored the importance of discussing issues affecting women in society. He stressed the need to empower women to understand the avenues and institutions through which one can seek redress in case of SGBV.
As a federation, we believe this is something that is hindering the performance of children in school. And that is why in this fiscal year plan, it is highlighted there as one of our core mandates to do this exercise.
Saama Kairo Federation community mobilizer Njibi Balde said this is part of Women's Day celebration.
Musol kumali japuru kanyi musol la lungo jura ngajela kumata bakele musol be lodu la balto ni bankunkan.
This is part of Women's Day celebration, and that is the reason why we bring them together to sensitize them on GBV, because we know it is very important as women as contributing immensely.
On behalf of the participants, Jenaba Sane and Safietu Seidi both urge participants to use their position and influence in their communities to change attitudes, practices, and influence decisions that engender GBV in communities. Mariama Jallo said desensitization has enabled her better understand issues of gender-based violence.
As today is Women's International Day, I thank the organizers for organizing gender-based violence training. And we have little knowledge about it. And when we go, we will say so that everybody will know what is gender-based violence.
The circle of never-ending abuse of violence against children will only end if laws are put in place, victims and society at large speak up and report the abuses, whilst the law enforcement takes the necessary steps to punishment the perpetrators. Yusuf Bojang, reporting from Brikama, West Coast Region.